How you doing, folks? This is Tony with Getting Back to the Basics. So, the other day or last weekend, I had milled on that sweet gum, and I did a video of the process of what it takes to get that set up and get your first cut, but for some reason it did not load. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why. Again, I'm not a tech person. Um, that's just not one of my fortes. So here in the near future, real soon, I will be doing a video showing what it takes to mill a log. But today what I'm going to do, this is going to be a video of showing you how, or well, actually not how, but what I'm going to be making next. So what I'm going to be making next, and it's called a beam machine. And all that is right here. So what this is designed to do, this is designed to go ahead, if you have a 2x4 and you have logs that are down, well, this will attach to your chainsaw right to the bar. Let me get the chainsaw here. So, and what it does, let me hold it here. Chainsaw's a little dirty, but that's okay. I was out running it this morning. The chainsaw will attach to the bar, and usually try to get it pretty close back here somewhere. And the whole purpose of that, once you get, and of course you have to have a 2x4 attached to the top of the log. Once you do that, and you set this right on top of that 2x4, as you're cutting, you're taking off one side of that log that's rounded. Once you get to the far end, whether you're trying to, take off 8 foot, 10, 12, 16, whatever, it depends on how long that 2x4 is going to be for what you're working with. Once you do one side, you flip it around and you repeat the process. So now what you've done is you've taken a log that's round and you've taken down two sides. Once you've done that, you can remove the 2x4, roll the log over. Now you have a flat side. That is true, because this is going to ride on that 2x4, and as long as you keep it true where it needs to be, you're going to be good. Then once you do that, reattach the 2x4 to the top of that, mill, take the one side down, flip around, mill the other side. Now you have a 4x4 post that could be 6 foot, 8, 10, 12, and so on. Up to 24 foot if you have a 24-foot 2x4. Now I know they make them. I've never seen one. The only longest I've ever seen in the store is 16 foot. I believe 16 or 18 foot. So that being said, what I'm going to show you here now is I have plans to make 4 of them. Now, the other 4 I'm going to make, in which these are not expensive. I believe that one's about 25 bucks. But I'm able, since I do construction, I'm able to get a lot of material off the job. That is material laying around that's not going to be used. Or if we have extra material that's not worth using, then by all means, I'm going to take it and I'm going to benefit from it. So let me show you what I got. We'll get the camera here. We'll flip it around. So, okay, there's my chainsaw, of course. So what you see here is I picked these up the other day, and it's just a flat bracket. And I got my tape measure here. I got some 3/8 bolts. I got a piece of 3/8 rod right here. I got some pieces of rigid, and I got some unistrut. Now, I made me a rail system, and the rail system that I had used, but I have one that it's shorter, and let me show you that rail system before I get into the main machines. So here's the rail system that I put together, and I painted it yesterday. I did, the brackets white, left the bolts silver, and this is the one that I had in the video the other day when I was explaining. So of course, you can see the 3/8 nuts right here, and all that's just your, it's for that nut adjustment script. Now I painted it, and it's scuffed up a little bit, but that's going to happen, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's not powder coated. It's just paint from Home Depot. And again, sometimes you have to go to Home Depot. If I had the money, I'd take it somewhere and have them sandblast it, and I'd have it powder coated. But that's my rail system, and I think it looks a lot better than being all this crappy looking steel. For one, you can see it. You're not going to miss it because it's orange and white and it sticks out plain as day, kind of like my chainsaw there. So going forward, and let me find my beam machine. Here we go. So you can see what we got right here. Got a level on here to make sure, that the 2x4 you put on there is level. It's got these little teeth right here, and all those are is to keep that, from, as it's sliding, it keeps it, riding smooth, just like so on your 2x4, providing you don't have anything like that. But with a 2x4, you're not going to. So the whole purpose of this, each one of these, I have to recreate this locking mechanism right here. Now, I'm not going to be able to get exactly like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting these to the same width and height. So get the tape measure here. So the height on this is roughly right about 2.5 inches by 2 inches wide. Now, this being, get my tape measure here again, this being about 7 3/4, which is plenty long enough for what I need to do. So we got 2.5, then you got 2.5, you got 5, and then you got 7. So some will get cut off, but I'm not worried about it. And all I'm going to do is when I make my 2.5 inch mark, I'm going ahead and I'm going to cut a bevel in this. And I'm going to mark another 2-inch point. I'm going to cut a bevel on that, then I'm going to cut this off at 2.5 inches. I'm going to fold these up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld these. So it's going to have a solid weld on the inside on both of them. Grind that down a little bit, and then I'm going to, on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach a 3/8 nut to this side right here, which is going to, be similar to this right here as well. And then it's going to have a couple 3/8 nuts all, on either side. And the 3/8 that threaded rod, I'm sorry, it's not threaded rod, it's 5/8. This is what I'm going to be using right here. And I'm going to be using 3/8 to lock this down. I'm sorry, I got a little mixed up there. So the 3/8 nuts right here will go on the inside, and that's just going to help lock it down because you have to have something that's threaded. So, of course, you see this is not threaded right here, and that just falls right on through. I mean, no threads there. But with the nut there, it's going to help tremendously. And all I have to do is put a washer and a 3/8 nut on the inside and weld it, and it's not going to go anywhere. And then, of course, I'll weld a washer over here on this side, so when I slide it in, it lines up right. And then, of course, this right here will have the 5/8 inch threaded rod going through 2 5/8 inch nuts, and it's going to lock into here. Now, once I've done that, I have to go ahead and I got my unit strut right here, and this right here, this beam machine is 1 foot long. So this being and this is 8 foot long, which is plenty, and I have to have 2. But what I have to do, make this a little bit more friendly, is I have to come along here. I have to cut this piece off right there, and then of course I have to cut this off right here because that's going to set on top. Once I've done that, I'm going to take my rigid pipe. I'm going to cut it to the length that I need, and I'm going to make them for 2x6, 2x8, 2x10, and 2x12. Once I've done that and I got them to the length that I need, and which anybody that knows anything about Home Depot, turn the camera around. When you buy the lumber from Home Depot, it is not actually a 2x4 or a 2x6 and 2x8. It's smaller than that. So a 2x4 is actually 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Why? Back in the day, it used to be 2 inches by 4 inches. So the only thing I can think of is they're doing it to save money. Well, actually make money, because they can still say that it's a 2x4. So anybody that is, first learning how to work with this stuff, they think it's 2x4. It's 2 inches by 4 inches, and it's not. And the same for a 2x6, a 2x8, a 2x10. Same thing. If you go to buy a 1x4, it's the same thing. It's 3/4 of an inch, not 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. Or 3 3 3/4. It's just the way it is. And it's irritating. So once I go ahead and cut my unistrut, take the pieces off that I need, take my rigid pipe, which it's the reason why I'm using rigid pipe. It's a lot more, reason why it's called rigid is very rigid, and it's not going to bend. And it's a little bit more friendly to weld. So once I get all this welded up, I'll be able to mill. Once I have, and I got a 2x6 and a 2x10 that I got, 2x6 and 2x8, got it off the job. I still have to get a 2x10 and a 2x12. By doing that, once I go to build my cabin, I'll have the material. I'll be able to mill exactly what I need. And again, cut the cost of what it's going to cost me to build my cabin down tremendously. If I can build my cabin for $5,000 to $10,000, and that's out-of-pocket stuff for I need electrical, plumbing, insulation, the tin for the roof, and so forth. And of course, I'm going to have, an actual wood stove in there, fireplace, and all the appliances and stuff that I need to have to live. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And again, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to it, and this way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And we'll go from there. So once I get all these, at least get the first one done, we're going to go ahead and see how it looks compared to the one that I got for Christmas. And I'm going to be painting all these red. So my other rail system I have to build, which is going to be the two 10-foot sections, put them together, going to be a total of 20 foot long. And that's going to allow me to mill those pine trees out front and mill me some 16-foot boards, because my workshop is 16 foot long. So, and of course I have to, figure out exactly what I need and how many I need, and then go from there. And then the rest is going to be for, hopefully there's enough to do all the decking. If not, then I'll have to buy the decking for the deck on the side of my workshop. But anyway, again, folks, if you like what you see, again, please hit the like button, subscribe, and please share it with your friends, let them know. And again, if you see anything that you think I could do better, or that you think I'm doing something wrong, please, constructive criticism is awesome. It's a learning curve. Everything that I'm doing right now, I'm learning. And this is why I'm calling getting back to the basics. This is going to help me and my family later on when I'm up in the mountains and I retire, because this stuff could be passed on to anybody. So again, anyway, if you like what you see, great. Just leave me a comment. Let me know, hey, you like what you see, so forth. Anyway, you take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.